Hello everybody, in today's video I will be showing you another awesome data pack that I have made for me and my friends that has custom origins for Minecraft 1.20.2. This of course requires both the main origin mod and the Pyromaniac mod, as there is some size changes within the different origins. Yeah, if you like what you see, drop a like and a follow, and let's get in with the origins. Now, the first origin we have is Pyromaniac. They're all about controlling fire and using it to get their way. So they're obviously very fire-based. So because of that, they are immune to all types of heat. For example, lava, just normal fire, and even soul fire and campfires. As you can clearly see, I'm taking no damage. Now, next up, we have unnatural eating. So you cannot consume any sort of normal food. I'm currently trying to eat this apple and it just won't let me. Same with this steak, it just won't let me. But for golden apples and enchanted golden apples, I have allowed it. Otherwise, it makes some PvP extremely unfair when you just couldn't eat when you couldn't eat gaps and other people could. But there is one way to regain your hunger, and that is just sitting in lava. So if I have very little hunger, then I just sit in lava for a bit. Because of the hunger, it's still going to take a while. And then I'll just start quickly regaining it. So overall, I do think this is a net positive, but of course, you might not see it that way. Now, the next ability we have is called Great Balls of Fire. This allows you to summon a fire charge in front of you, which you can then hit in any direction. It will cause quite a small explosion, but it will deal quite a decent amount of damage. This can be very good for PvE and PvP, but it does have quite a decently long cooldown, so you can't just spam it, as you can see in the bottom right. Next up, we have Inner Furnace. This ability allows you to automatically smelt anything in your hand just with a press of a button. So all of this iron, which would usually take a lot of coal and a lot of time to smelt, immediately gets turned into iron ingots. All of this raw beef immediately gets turned into steak. But it also works for other things that are unconventional. So sand turns into glass, cobblestone can turn into stone, and then even after that, you can turn it to smooth stone. So anything you can put into a furnace and cook, you can essentially just get the result instantly without any fuel. Next up, we have Douse. As you are heat powered, if you go into any contact with water, it does significantly deal damage to you, or even if it's just raining. You will take a lot of damage from it. Yeah. So even though you take quite a lot of damage from it, in the Origins mod, they have added these water protection books, which allow you to stay in the water for much longer. I'm pretty sure it isn't compatible with other enchantments like normal protection or like blast protection, but it is very useful just even having on one piece of armor, as it does mean you can go in the rain for a decent amount of time. Next up, we have Frozen, which when you're in a cold enough biome, so these are biomes that are frozen mostly, you will get weakness 2 and slowness 2, which is quite detrimental, especially in fights. But not only that, this also is applied when you're in the end dimension, which can be very painful when trying to get an Elytra, and you might need help from other people to get it. And finally, we have Hellish Wraith. Now, this is an active ability with a quite long cooldown, and it is very powerful. All blocks around you in a 7x7 area can set on fire, like this. This is very detrimental. The fire will go out eventually, but if you do this in a forest, it will obviously burn down all the trees, and as you can see, that pig just immediately got quenched by the flames. It also gives you strength 3 on the side of the screen. It went away now because it is a really short amount, but this can be very useful in PvP, especially when you're up against like a 1v4, as everyone around you will start taking fire damage. Next up, we have the Sandwalker. For the first ability is you can pass through anything that's sand-like or sand-adjacent, but by just walking into it, it just acts as though you're not there. And you can also jump to try and go through it, and you can crouch to go down through it. Next up, similarly to the Pyromaniac one, there is, when you're in cold biomes like frozen oceans, you get weakness 2 and slowness 2. This does as well also apply to the end, so that is something to bear in mind. Next up, due to sand being your natural terrain, when you're on any sand-like blocks, you get a massive speed increase. This will be very helpful when you're just like running away from someone, or just in your natural place trying to move around a bit quicker. This also would obviously work in a desert, so whilst you're in a desert, you're going to be a lot quicker. And for their final ability, one of their active abilities is that they can launch sand as a projectile, which can be quite useful. This can be then used just to like get more sand for you to like build with, which can be very helpful when used with the speed on sand ability, or just more sand to phase through, and it can be very disruptive for the opponent if you're just like placing blocks that like are nowhere near you. Okay, for this origin, you do actually change its size, and it is quite dramatic, so I will be showing you just what happens when you select it. Now, this size increase makes you much more prone to damage. As you can see from my hitbox, I am just as wide as I am big, and I am 4 blocks tall and 3 blocks wide. This can be very harmful when people are trying to attack you, as you can easily get comboed while it's still really hard for you to punch things, as things are much further away from your line of sight. Not only this, is you get slowness 6 to counteract the amount of speed you get, but this can be easily countered by sprint jumping, which is a very effective strategy on movement, but of course it does increase your hunger. Now, another one of the abilities is you have a natural armor. As you can see below, I've got an extra 5 full points of armor, so I take much less damage, and this can be very useful early game. Less so late game, as you can already probably get that much armor anyways. As you are so big, your hunger goes down much quicker, and that can be very irritating, and it can be very harmful to just generally, as if you lose your sprint, you go much more slower, especially as you rely on jumping so much. As well as this, due to your increased size and weight, you are now unable to use an elytra. You can equip it, but you can't jump. I am spamming space, so it should let me glide, but it just isn't, because I am too big. I might be able to see already, I have a much higher cooldown for my diamond sword. To be precise, it's 2 times the length, but I deal 2 times the damage, being able to do stuff easily. Now, with the netherite axe and with strength 2, now because of this, when I summon in an iron golem with strength 2 and a sharpness 5 netherite axe, which is the strongest damage you can do in game, but due to my extra damage but half attack speed, I now can deal over 50 health of damage, which is equivalent to about 25.5 hearts, meaning you can 2-tap the iron. This also means that because wardens have 3 times the amount of HP that iron golems have, you can actually 6-tap the warden. This might seem OP, but the general DPS is still going to be the same, so keep that in mind. As you can see, there are a lot of zombies here, so for the large crowd, you can use some of your abilities. For example, the dash ability dashes you forward and launches all the mobs into the air from your dash. And there's also the jump ability, where when doing it, it gives everyone slowness from as though they fell over when you landed from the ground because you jumped so high. Now these abilities are really useful for large clusters. As you can see, there's significantly less zombies from doing my dash ability, as when I launched it killed a lot of them nearby. This is very useful with large groups, especially considering the fact that you can't deal much damage to multiple people due to your low attack speed. And yeah, that's all the origins. If you like them, please drop a comment saying which one was your favorite. If not, you can always tell me what I did wrong and also tell me any ideas you have. But yeah, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!